Hi, just doing a quick demo of a new Joist feature for recursive relations. So recursive relations are when, let's say you've got the prototypical example is like an employee stable that has a manager foreign key, back to employee. And so then, it's really easy to get, maybe if you're a manager, get your direct manager, the manager's manager, or the manager's reports. You kind of go, it's easy to go one level up and down the tree. But the recursive thing is if you want to, give an employee, get all of their managers all the way up to the CEO or all of their reports down to the ICs or whatnot. Um, and so, yeah, Joist has support for that now. In a recent release, we lean into Postgres recursive common table expressions that are really pretty neat. There's a tangent here that, like, before recursive common table expressions, you had to use some other fancier techniques like closure tables or this sort of thing. But recursive CTs make it really pretty easy. And so I'm going to show you a demo by just looking at the Joist test suite, which is maybe not the best DevRel thing, I guess, but it's what I got. And we're going to look at, super basic test. The Joist test suite already had authors and books. So we're going to have like an author has a mentor. We did actually already have that foreign key in our test domain model. And so now we're going to be able to look not only at the author's immediate mentor, but like the mentor's mentor and the mentor's mentor, sort of thing. And so there's these three first examples are, creating our tree of authors. This is not usually what Joist data setup looks like. This is using the factories just because we're in the Joist test suite itself. So usually this isn't canonical Joist, but that's fine. We're still setting up the database tree of SQL rows just directly. And pretty basic, the mentor of A3 is A2, the mentor of A2 is A1. And so if you go down to the bottom of the tree, A3, and you ask for mentors recursive, this is the new thing. Before we would code gen the mentor, and let you get the immediate mentor. But now we'll automatically create a mentor as recursive that just walks up the tree. And if you want to see the SQL for that, it looks something like this. I've got debug mode turned on, where it's going to, select from the authors, but do this recursive CT where there's this base case of, get the immediate mentor, the immediate mentor above me. And then this is the recursive aspect of the recursive CTEs where you get the immediate mentor, and that's the one before this, and then you union in all of its mentors, which you do by joining back on the CTE. So you'll notice how this the CT is almost like a table. Postgres kind of treats it like a table, and so you can tell that here's where the recursion happens. It's like the table's joining back into the table, and it basically, on the Postgres side, makes a little while loop of while, as long as it keeps finding more and more mentors up the tree, it just keeps going. All on its side, super in memory, right? So we're not having to make a SQL call for every hop up the tree. We just get them back as a single set of rows. And that's kind of it. It's really pretty simple. This is all, also like other things in Joist, there's two kind of bonuses that are common Joist bonuses. One is that it's batch friendly. So if you happen to, load the recursive mentors of 10 authors or 100 authors, that's auto-batched into still one SQL call to go fetch the tree for all 100 or whatnot. And then the other sort of typical Joist-ism is that you will see work in progress changes, even if those changes are several layers up the tree. So let's take this example where we had the same setup. The A3, their mentor's A2 and their mentor's A1. And let's say that so we're going to give A1 a new mentor, which this is a local change that the database doesn't know about yet. We are going to load up A1, and we are going to say A1, you have a mentor now, like this A0 mentor. And now we're going to ask for mentors recursive, which the SQL CTE that comes back on the wire, does not know about the existence of A0. But because of Joist Entity Manager and Unit of Work, we go ahead and throw in your work in progress change, which is, uh, the idea should be really ergonomic and just simpler to like within a given entity manager, always seeing the latest, most consistent view of your changes. If you're assuming you're doing mutations, obviously if you're doing reads, there won't be any of these work in progress mutations, but anyway, that's it. And the next test is showing that we do the same thing. Even this was that if you modify the very top of the hierarchy, and this is showing that it works like if you modify the middle of the hierarchy. But otherwise, that's it. And then we have both the mentor's recursive that goes like up the tree, and then we also have the mentee's recursive that would go down the tree if you did need to go down. Both of these blow up on cycles. So like here you can see that there were no cycles in the database, but if you do add a cycle of saying that A1 is a mentor of A3, which would make a cycle, and then you try and load it, we will throw the cycle there, and then we will also, if you look, the recycler is a class, and if you look at its entities, we'll tell you what that path of cycles was, so that you can format it to the user or something like that. Tell them why the cycle happened. Right now, we don't have a way to turn the cycle. I was going to say detection, but it's technically throws an error. So we don't have a way to turn that off. Makes sense that you would. Like I'm sure there are certain relationships where cycles would be fine. And that shouldn't be hard to do, but just it's not something that we have a configuration option for at the moment. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, pretty neat feature. That's it. Thanks.